Choi Min wiped the sweat from his face as he looked at his cornfields. The yellow plants stretched far across the red soil of Kepler 442b. This world was nothing like Earth, but it was home now. The two suns in the sky made everything grow fast and strong. The sound of heavy boots made him turn around. 3 Vorthek soldiers walked toward his farm. Their green scales caught the sunlight, and their yellow eyes looked mean. Min had seen them before. They came every few weeks to take whatever they wanted. "Human," the biggest one said. His voice sounded like rocks grinding together. "We need food for our ship." Min smiled and bowed his head. "Of course, please take what you need." The Vorthek soldiers laughed. It was an ugly sound. "Look how weak." "He is," one said to the others. "Humans are so scared of us." They walked into his fields and started pulling up corn plants. They threw the good ones into bags and stepped on the rest. Min watched them destroy weeks of work. His hands stayed steady, but he made a small gesture with his fingers. Up in space, something was watching. "This corn tastes bad," the second soldier said, spitting out a piece. "Human food is garbage." "Sorry," Min said. "I can give you water for your trip. The wells here are very clean." More laughter. "He offers us water like we are guests," the third soldier said. "Humans are the weakest race in the galaxy." Min went to his well and pulled up a bucket of cold water. He gave each soldier a cup. They drank it fast and threw the cups on the ground. "Next time, grow better food," the big soldier said. "Or we might take more than just corn." They walked away with their bags full of stolen food. Min watched them go. When they were far enough away, he made another small hand gesture. High above the planet, Captain O'Min sat in her ship. Everyone called it the Inchintrator, and it looked like a simple cargo ship, but O'Min knew better. Under the fake metal plates were the strongest weapons humans had ever built. "Did you see that?" she asked her crew. "Yes, Captain," said Lee. Jin, her weapons officer. The farmer gave the signal. 3 Vorthek soldiers taking food again. Oh, Min looked at her screens. The Vorthak had a base on the other side of the planet. They had been there for 2 years, taking whatever they wanted from human farms. The Galactic Council said it was legal. Humans were new to space, they said. They had to learn their place. "Record everything," O'Min told her crew. "Every face. Every weapon, every word they said." Down on the planet, Choi Min cleaned up the broken cups. His wife, Park Hannah, came out of their house. She looked angry. "They took the corn again," she said. "I know," Min said. "But we knew this would happen." Hannah nodded. She was not really a farmer's wife. Back on Earth, she had been a soldier, a very good soldier. But here she played the part of a scared human woman. "How much longer?" she asked. Min looked up at the sky. Somewhere up there, human ships waited. Ships that looked like traders and explorers but were really warships. The strongest warships any race had ever built. "Not much longer," he said. "The plan is almost ready." On the other side of the galaxy, Ambassador Kim Woo sat in the Galactic Council chambers. The big room was full of aliens from many different worlds. Most of them looked down on humans. The council was talking about a new tax on human colonies. The Quilax wanted humans to pay more money for protection. Protection from the same aliens who attacked human settlements. "Humans are weak," said Counselor. "Vrex of the Vorthak," his voice was loud and mean. "They need us to keep them safe. They should pay more." Kim Woo stood up slowly. He was a small man with gray hair and kind eyes. He wore simple clothes and always spoke softly. "The human colonies work very hard," he said. "We grow food and mine metals for the whole galaxy. Perhaps the tax is too high." The aliens laughed. It was the same laugh Choi Min heard on his farm. The same laugh humans heard on every world. "You will pay what we tell you to pay," Rex said. "Or we will take what we want anyway." Kim Woo bowed his head. "Of course. Humans want peace with all races." More laughter filled the room. Kim Woo sat down and said nothing more. But his fingers moved in a small gesture. In the back of the room, Park Soo saw the signal. Park Soo looked like a simple clerk, but he was much more than that. The meeting went on for hours. The aliens made more rules that hurt humans. They took more human worlds. They raised more taxes. Through it all, Kim Woo smiled and agreed to everything. When the meeting ended, Kim Woo walked slowly to his office. Park Soo followed him. How much more can we take? Park Soo asked when they were alone. Kim Woo sat behind his desk. On the wall was a picture of Earth, blue and beautiful. Next to it was a picture of New Bizan, a human research colony. Dr. Song Yuna sent a message yesterday, Kim Woo said. The Kwalaks are moving ships near New Bizan, big ships. Park Soo felt cold. New Bizan had 50,000 humans. Most of them were scientists and their families. They studied alien plants and animals. They never hurt anyone. Are we ready? Park Soo asked. Kim Woo opened his desk. Inside was a small device that looked like a toy, but it was connected to every human ship in the galaxy, every hidden weapon, every secret base. We have been ready for 30 years, Kim Woo said. We just hoped we would never need to use it. Back on Kepler 442b, Choi Min worked in his fields under the alien suns. The Vortex soldiers were gone, but they would be back. They always came back. His wife Hannah brought him lunch. As they ate, they watched the sky. It looked empty, but they knew better. Human ships were up there, waiting. Do you think they know? Hannah asked. Min shook his head. They think we are weak farmers who grow bad corn. They have no idea what we really are. And what are we really? Hannah asked, though she already knew the answer. Min smiled. It was not the scared smile he showed. The Vortex soldiers. It was something else. Something that would have made those soldiers very afraid. We are humans, he said. And we have been pretending to be polite for a very long time. The wind blew across the cornfields. In the distance, smoke rose from the Vortex base. They were burning more human farms, taking more food, hurting more people, but not for much longer. All across the galaxy, humans waited. They smiled and bowed and said sorry. They let aliens take their food and their homes. They filed complaints that no one read. They asked for help that never came, but they also watched and learned and prepared. The galaxy thought humans were weak. Soon, they would learn how wrong they were. Dr. Song Yuna looked through her telescope at the night sky of New Bizan. The research colony was quiet now. Most of the 50,000 people who lived here were asleep. But Yuna could not sleep. Something was wrong. Dark shapes moved between the stars. Ships, big ones. Tae, she called to her husband, come look at this. Tae was also a scientist. He studied alien animals while Yuna studied alien plants. They had been on New Bizan for 10 years, learning about life on other worlds. Tae looked through the telescope. His face went white. Those are Kwalak ships, he said, warships. The Kwalaks were insect-like aliens. They traveled in huge groups called swarms. Most races in the galaxy were afraid of them. But New Bizan was a peaceful research colony. The Kwalaks had no reason to attack. Maybe they are just passing by, Yuna said. But she did not believe it. Tae counted the ships. 50? No, 60. That is too many ships to just pass by. Yuna ran to her computer. She sent a message to Earth, to the Galactic Council, to anyone who would listen. Kwalaks warships near New Bizan. Please help. No one answered. The ships got closer. Yuna could see them clearly now. They looked like giant bugs with metal wings. Their weapons were already charging. This is not a random attack, Tae said. They planned this. Yuna sent another message. This one was different. It used special codes that only some humans knew. Pattern suggests this was always planned, she typed. Tell Earth ... we kept the pretense to the end. The first attack hit the colony's main power station. The lights went out across New Bizan. Then the second attack hit the communication center. No more messages could be sent, but one message had already gone out. Far away, Admiral Kongsu received it on his ship. His ship looked like an old cargo hauler called the Soul's Vengeance. But that was just pretend. Kongsu read the message 3 times. His hands shook with anger. New Bizan was a peaceful place. The people there never hurt anyone. They just wanted to learn about alien life. Sir, said his officer, Commander Yu. Su, are we going to help them? Kang Su looked at his screens. New Bizen was very far away. Even his fastest ships could not get there in time. No, he said quietly. We are too late. On New Bizen, Dr. Song Yuna held her husband's hand as the Quelax ships filled the sky. The aliens were not just attacking. The colony, they were destroying everything. Every building, every farm, every place where humans lived. Why are they doing this? Tay asked. Yuna had studied alien behavior for years. She understood something terrible. They want to see how other aliens react when humans die. We are a test. The last thing Yuna saw was bright light from the sky. The Quilax ships fired their biggest weapons. New Bizen burned in the Galactic Council chambers. News of the attack spread quickly. Some aliens looked sad. Others tried not to smile. Ambassador Kim Woo sat very still as he heard the reports. 50,000 humans dead, said Counselor Vrex of the Vorthek. Very sad, but these things happen in space. The Quilax say it was an accident, said another alien. They thought New Bizen was a military base. Kim Woo stood up slowly. The other aliens expected him to cry or beg for help. Instead, his face was calm. New Bizen was a research colony, Kim Woo said. Everyone knew that. The Quilax knew that. Are you calling the Quilax liars? Vrex asked. His voice was dangerous. Kim Woo walked to the front of the room. All the aliens watched him. For 30 years, they had seen him smile and bow and apologize. Today was different. Kim Woo took off his diplomatic badge. The small metal pin that showed he spoke for Earth, he placed it carefully on the podium. For 30 years, Kim Woo said, humanity has played by your rules. His voice was still soft, but something had changed. The room became very quiet. We have turned the other cheek, Kim Woo continued. We have filed complaints. We have trusted. In galactic law, some aliens started to look uncomfortable. This was not the weak human they knew. We have been polite while you stole our food. We have been patient while you took our homes. We have been peaceful while you killed our people. Kim Woo's eyes moved around the room. Every alien he looked at felt suddenly cold. Today, Kim Woo said, that ends? Counselor Vrex laughed, but it sounded forced. What will you do, human? File another complaint? Kim Woo smiled. It was not the apologetic smile the aliens knew. It was something else, something that made the room feel dangerous. We are going to stop pretending to be polite. The aliens looked at each other. What did that mean? Humans were weak. Everyone knew that. They had no strong ships, no big weapons, no armies. You threatened the Galactic Council? Vrex asked. No, Kim Woo said. I am explaining what happens next. Back on Earth, Prime Minister Yoon Hana got the message about New Bizen. She sat in her office. Looking out at the night sky, she could see lights moving up there. Lights that most people thought were cargo ships and research vessels, but Hana knew better. Contact all fleet commanders, she told her assistant. Operation Politeness is over. Around Earth, ships began to change. What looked like peaceful cargo haulers became warships. What seemed like research vessels revealed hidden weapons. The night sky filled with lights as thousands of ships dropped their disguises. On his farm on Kepler 442b, Choi Min got a message on his computer. Just 3 words. Politeness is over. Min walked outside. His wife Hannah was already there, looking up at the sky. Did you get the message? She asked. Yes, Min said. 30 years of pretending. It is finally time to show them who we really are. High above them, the ship that looked like the ancient trader began to change. Captain O'Min gave orders to her crew. Drop all disguises. She said, show them what the ancient trader really is. The fake cargo ship transformed. Hidden armor appeared. Weapons came out of secret compartments. The small trading vessel became something that made the Vorthik base on the planet below look tiny. All across the galaxy, the same thing was happening. Every human settlement, every trading post, every diplomatic mission began to reveal what they really were. In the Galactic Council chambers, Ambassador Kim Woo picked up his diplomatic badge. But he did not put it back on. You wanted to test humanity, he said to the room full of aliens. You wanted to see what happens when you push us too far. The aliens were starting to look scared. Something was happening, but they did not understand. What? Congratulations, Kim Woo said. The test is over. And you failed. Alarms began to ring throughout the council building. Emergency messages flooded in from across the galaxy. The aliens listened in growing fear as the reports came in. Human ships were everywhere, ships no one had seen before. Ships that had been hiding for 30 years. This is impossible, Rex said. Humans do not have warships. Kim Woo's smile got wider. You are right, we do not have warships. The aliens looked confused. We have something much worse, Kim Woo said. We have patience, and you just ran out of ours. The galaxy was about to learn what humans really were, and it was going to be a very painful lesson. The galaxy exploded with confused messages. On every world, aliens stared at their screens in shock. The weak humans they had bullied for 30 years were revealing ships, big ships, powerful ships, ships that had been hiding in plain sight. Captain Oh Min stood on the bridge of what everyone had called the Ancient Trader. The fake cargo bay doors were opening to reveal the most advanced weapons any race had ever seen. Her crew worked quietly, dropping 30 years of pretending. All systems ready, Captain, said her weapons officer. Lee Jun. Oh Min looked at the Vorthic base below. The same aliens who had been stealing food from human farms were now scrambling to their own ships. They looked scared. Open communications. To all frequencies, Oh Min ordered. Her voice went out across the galaxy, reaching every ship, every world, every alien who had ever laughed at human weakness. This is Captain Oh Min of the Human Defense Force ship Soul's Vengeance. For 30 years you have known this vessel as a simple trader. That was a lie. On the planet below, Choi Min watched the Vorthic soldiers run toward their ships. The same soldiers who had destroyed his crops were now afraid to look up at the sky. Oh. Min's voice continued across all communication channels. Every human you have met was gathering information about you. Every smile, every apology, every act of weakness was part of our intelligence operation. In the Galactic Council chambers, the aliens sat in stunned silence. The communication screens showed the same thing happening everywhere. Human trading ships becoming warships. Human research stations revealing massive weapons. Human farming colonies transforming into military bases. This cannot be real, whispered Rex of the Vorthic. Ambassador Kim Woo still stood at the front of the room. Every human settlement you have seen was a military outpost. Every human trader was a spy. Every human diplomat was the intelligence officer. The room erupted in angry voices. Aliens shouted accusations and threats. But Kim Woo just smiled and waited for them to quiet down. You lie! Screamed a Quilax representative. Humans are too weak to build such ships. Kim Woo touched a control. On the podium, the walls of the council chamber became giant screens. They showed images from across the galaxy. Human ships dropping their disguises. Weapons that defied physics. Technology that should not exist. We are not weak, Kim Woo said simply. We just wanted you to think we were. On Earth, Prime Minister Yoon Hana spoke to the whole galaxy from the human capital. Behind her, the night. Sky blazed with light as thousands of hidden ships revealed themselves. People of the galaxy, she said. For 30 years, humanity has suffered your attacks in silence. We have endured your cruelty with patience. We have absorbed your hatred with grace. The camera pulled back to show more of Earth's sky. Ships that could destroy planets floated like metal clouds above the blue world. We did this because we hoped to find peace among the stars. We believed that if we showed you our best nature, you would respond with yours. Yoon Hana's voice became harder. We were wrong. Colonel Park Soo stood in what everyone thought was a simple mining station on the edge of Vorthax space. But the mining equipment was transforming around him. Massive drills became artillery cannons. Processing plants became shield generators. The mining station became a fortress that could hold off entire fleets. You thought we were digging for minerals, Park Soo said into his communicator. We were building weapons. His words reached every alien commander in the sector. The Vorthak ships that had been coming to attack the defenseless mining station suddenly stopped. The fortress that had appeared where the mining station used to be looked like it could crack planets. Dr. Han Wu, who had spent years as a research assistant at diplomatic meetings, now stood in the command center of humanity's main intelligence facility. The room was full of screens showing every alien world, every alien ship, every alien leader. For 30 years we have been watching you, he broadcast. We know your weaknesses. We know your strategies. We know your technology. Most importantly, we know your histories. The screens around him showed detailed information about every alien race. Their military capabilities, their political structures, their deepest secrets. You have spent 30 years learning nothing about us, Han Wu continued. We have spent 30 years learning everything about you. On New Vega, Commander Nam Bin dropped the disguise of his cargo inspection station. The small building expanded upward and outward, revealing a massive defense platform. The cargo scanners were actually weapons that could track ships anywhere in the system. Every human facility you have seen was designed to look weak while actually being incredibly strong, Nam Bin announced. You never asked why humans always seemed to have exactly what you needed to buy. You never wondered why our ships always broke down in convenient places. You never questioned why we always seemed to be where you wanted to attack. The truth was becoming clear to the aliens. Humans had not been victims. They had been studying their enemies. Back in the council chambers, Kim Wu continued his explanation. We hoped that patience would lead to peace. We believed that showing mercy would inspire mercy in return. He gestured to the screens showing the destruction of New Bizan. Instead, you saw our kindness as weakness. You mistook our restraint for inability. You confused our politeness with fear. The alien representatives were no longer laughing. Many looked terrified. Today the experiment ends, Kim Wu said. You wanted to test humanity. Congratulations, you have succeeded. Admiral Kang Su's voice joined the galactic broadcast from his command ship. The Human Defense Force consists of 50,000 vessels. Each ship has been disguised as something harmless. Each crew has been pretending to be civilians. The numbers made the aliens feel sick. 50,000 warships. The entire Vorthak Empire only had 20,000 ships. The Quillak Swarm had 30,000. The Nethrin Collective had 15,000. Humanity had been hiding a fleet larger than any three alien races combined. Our technology is approximately 300 years ahead of yours, Kang Su continued. This is because while you were fighting each other, we were developing new science. While you were conquering weak neighbors, we were solving the mysteries of physics. On Kepler 442b, Troy Min watched the Vorthak soldiers finally reach their ships. They were trying to escape, but their ships would not start. Every human farmer and settler on the planet was actually a technician. They had been sabotaging alien equipment for years. The food you stole from us contained microscopic machines, Min announced to the trapped Vorthak. They have been in your systems for months, learning how your technology works. Now they are shutting it down? The Vorthak soldiers looked at their dead ships in horror. All across the galaxy, alien equipment was failing. Ships, weapons, computers, everything the aliens had touched human products with was now under human control. Kim Wu made one final announcement from the council chambers. We return to diplomacy now, but under new terms. The alien representatives waited in terrified silence. The casual attacks on human settlements end immediately. The theft of human resources ends immediately. The assumption that humans are your prey ends immediately. His voice carried to every world in the galaxy. We have shown you our true strength not to frighten you, but to make peace possible. We do not want to rule you. We do not want to destroy you. We want to build a galaxy where everyone is safe. Kim Wu picked up his diplomatic badge and pinned it back on his uniform. The choice is yours. Work with us as equals, or learn what happens when humans stop being polite? The galaxy held its breath. The balance of power had changed forever. Swarm Queen Zith of the Quilax did not believe in human strength. She had destroyed New Bisan herself, watching 50,000 humans burn from orbit. They had died without fighting back. They had sent messages begging for help instead of firing. "Weapons! Humans are weak prey," she told her war council. Her insect voice clicked and buzzed with anger. "This display is just tricks and lies." The Quilax swarm gathered near their homeworlds. 10,000 bioships, each one grown instead of built. They looked like giant insects with metal wings and acid weapons. For 1,000 years they had terrorized the galaxy. "We will attack there." "Homeworld," Zith declared. "When Earth burns, the other humans will surrender." Her admirals clicked their agreement. The Quilax had destroyed hundreds of worlds. Earth would be just another dead planet, but some of the younger Quilax were not. "So sure, what if the humans are telling the truth?" asked Sub-Queen Rix. "What if they really do have 50,000 warships?" Zith's eyes flashed with rage. "Impossible. We have spies everywhere. We would have seen human warships. But what if we saw them and did not know what they were?" Rix asked quietly. Zith struck Rix with one of her claws. "Coward, the swarm fears." Nothing. The Quilax fleet moved toward Earth, 10,000 ships that had never lost a battle. They expected to find a peaceful blue world protected by a few small patrol boats. Instead, they found Fleet Admiral Nambin waiting for them. Nambin had spent 20 years pretending to be a cargo inspector. His ship, the Guangzhou's Fury, had looked like a simple customs vessel, but that had been a lie. Now it revealed its true form. The ship was massive, bigger than anything the Quilax had ever seen. Its weapons did not look like normal guns or missiles. They looked like holes in space itself. "Quilax fleet," Nambin said over the communication channels. "You are entering human space without permission. Turn back now." Swarm Queen Zith laughed. "One human ship against 10,000 Quilax vessels. Human, you will die for your arrogance." The Quilax fleet spread out in attack formation, their bioweapons charged with deadly energy. They had used these same tactics to destroy 100 worlds. "I am sorry you chose this path," Nambin said sadly. "But you killed the people of New Bisan. Now you will learn what that cost you." The battle began when the Quilax fired first. Streams of acid and bioplasma shot toward the human ship. The weapons that had melted entire cities struck the Guangzhou's Fury and did nothing. The human ship sat in space, completely undamaged. The Quilax weapons had passed right through it. "Impossible," Zith whispered. Commander Yusu, Nambin's weapons officer, started the counterattack. "Engaging phase weapons," she reported. The Guangzhou's Fury fired something that looked like twisted light. The beam hit the first Quilax ship and tore it apart at the molecular level. The bioship simply came undone, falling apart like a broken toy. "What is this weapon?" Zith screamed. Dr. Han Wu answered from his intelligence center. His voice was calm and educational, like a teacher explaining science to children. "Phase weapons manipulate quantum reality," he said. "Your ships exist in normal space. Our weapons attack from a different dimension. You cannot defend against attacks that come from outside your reality." More human ships appeared around the Quilax fleet. Ships that had been invisible suddenly became visible. Ships that had looked like asteroids revealed themselves as dreadnoughts. The humans had been hiding an entire fleet in the same space as the Quilax. "We have been studying your biology for 30 years, Dr. Han Wu continued. "We know exactly how your bioships work. We know how to turn off their life support. We know how to make their weapons fail. We know how to kill them without damaging anything else." The second wave of human weapons fired. These were not destructive blasts. They were precision tools that reached inside the Quilax ships and turned off specific systems. Life support failed. Weapons went dark. Engines stopped working. The Quilax bioships began to die. Not from explosions or fire, but from carefully applied science that shut down their biological functions. "You are using our own biology against us," Zith realized with horror. "Yes," said Nambin. Every time you attacked human settlements, we collected samples. Every time you killed our people, we learned more about how you work. Every act of cruelty gave us more knowledge to use against you. The Quilax tried to retreat, but their ships would not respond. The humans had taken control of their biological systems. 10,000 warships floated helplessly in space, their crews trapped inside. "Please," Zith begged, "we surrender. Do not kill us." Nambin's voice was gentle but firm. "We are not going to kill you. We are going to teach you." The human ships moved through the disabled Quilax fleet. Instead of destroying the bioships, they began to repair them. Human technology fixed the systems that human weapons had disabled. "This is your lesson," Nambin explained. "We could have destroyed your entire fleet in minutes. Instead, we chose to show mercy." Commander Yusu piloted her ship, the Mokpo's Pride, alongside the Quilax command vessel. Through the transparent walls, she could see Swarm Queen Zith and her terrified crew. "Look at us," Yusu said. "We are not angry, we are not cruel, we are not like you." The Quilax stared at the human ships around them. Each vessel was a miracle of engineering. Technology that seemed like magic. Weapons that could unmake reality itself. "Why do you not destroy us?" Zith asked. "We killed your people." "Because," said Fleet Admiral Nambin, "we are better than you." The words echoed across space. Every alien race in the galaxy was watching. This battle, they expected to see the Quilax swarm destroyed. Instead, they saw something they had never imagined: mercy from a position of absolute strength. "We could end your species today," Nambin continued. "Our weapons could sterilize every Quilax world. Our technology could turn your bioships against you. Our knowledge could make your entire race extinct." The aliens listening throughout the galaxy felt a chill of fear. If humans could do this to the mighty Quilax swarm, what could they do to everyone else? "But we choose not to," Nambin said. "Because destruction is easy. Building something better is hard." The human fleet began to escort the disabled Quilax ships back to their homeworlds, not as prisoners but as a demonstration. "You will return to your people," Nambin told Swarm Queen Zith. "You will tell them what you have seen. You will explain that humans could have destroyed you but chose not to." Dr. Hanwu's broadcast reached every world in Quilax space. "Your Swarm Queen attacked Earth because she thought humans were weak. She has learned that strength is not about who can cause the most destruction. Strength is about who chooses not to." The journey back to Quilax space took 3 days. During that time, the Quilax crew saw human technology working to repair their ships. They watched human medics treating injured Quilax soldiers. They listened to human engineers explaining how their bioships could be improved. "Why are you helping?" "U.S.?" Sub-Queen Rix asked Commander Yusu. Yusu smiled. "Because that is what strong people do. They protect the weak, even when the weak have tried to hurt them." When the fleet reached the Quilax homeworlds, billions of insects watched in amazement. Their mighty swarm had been defeated without being destroyed. Their enemies had shown them kindness instead of cruelty. Swarm Queen Zith stood before her people, her pride broken but her understanding complete. "The humans are not weak," she announced. We thought strength meant the ability to hurt others. We were wrong." She looked up at the human ships orbiting her world. Ships that could have burned her civilization to ash, but chose instead to offer friendship. "True strength," Zith said, "means the ability to choose mercy." The lesson spread across the galaxy. The Quilax swarm, the most feared military force in known space, had been defeated by humans who chose not to destroy them. Every alien race understood the message. Humanity was not just strong. They were strong enough to be kind. The Galactic Council chambers had never been so quiet. Alien representatives from across the galaxy sat in their seats, afraid to make noise. The same beings who had laughed at human weakness now whispered among themselves in fear. "Ambassador." Kim Woo entered the chamber for the first time since revealing humanity's true nature. But everything was different now. Aliens who used to ignore him now watched his every step. Species that had mocked humans now stood when he passed. Kim Woo took his place at the human podium. The badge on his uniform caught the light. The same diplomatic badge he had removed in anger was now a symbol of terrifying power. "The Galactic Council will come to order," he said simply. Every alien in the room sat down immediately. No one argued. No one complained about humans speaking first. Counselor Vrex of the Vorthak raised one trembling claw. "Ambassador Kim Woo, the Vorthak Empire wishes to apologize for any misunderstandings." Kim Woo looked at the reptilian alien who had tormented humanity for 30 years. Vrex, who had laughed when human colonies burned. Vrex, who had stolen human food and called it legal tribute? "What misunderstandings?" Kim Woo asked calmly. Vrex's scales turned pale. We did not realize that that you had such what?" Kim Woo's voice remained gentle, but something in his eyes made the entire chamber feel cold. "Such strength," Vrex whispered. Kim Woo nodded slowly. "You are right. You did not realize. The question is, what will you do with this knowledge?" Around the galaxy, the changes were already beginning. On Kepler 442b, Choi Min worked in his fields under the alien suns. But now, instead of Vorthak soldiers stealing his crops, he had visitors. The same 3 soldiers who had terrorized his farm approached carefully. Their leader, who had once called humans weak, now bowed his head respectfully. "Human farmer," the soldier said, "we come to trade. We offer fair payment for your corn." Min looked up from his plants. His hands were dirty from honest work, but everyone on the planet now knew those same hands could operate weapons that could crack worlds. "Of course," Min said with a smile. "But first, let me offer you some water. The journey here must have been long." The Vorthak soldiers accepted the water gratefully. They drank it like guests, not thieves. When they were finished, they carefully placed the empty cups in Min's hands instead of throwing them on the ground. "Your corn is very good," the lead soldier said. "We would like to buy some every month if that is acceptable." Min's wife, Park Hannah, came out of their house carrying bags of their best corn. "We grow more than we need," she said kindly. "We are happy to share." The soldiers paid with real money, not threats. They thanked Min and Hannah before they left. They walked carefully around the growing plants instead of stepping on them high above the planet. The ship everyone now knew as the Soul's Vengeance watched over the peaceful trade. Captain O'Min smiled as she monitored the respectful transaction. Below, "Funny how politeness works both ways," she said to her crew. Back in the council chambers, Kim Woo continued the session. "We gather today to establish new rules for galactic civilization." A Quilax representative, not the disgraced Swarm Queen. Zith raised a claw. "What do humans want from us?" Kim Woo's answer was simple. "What we have always wanted: peace, cooperation, a galaxy where might does not make right." The alien shifted nervously. But you have might, more might than anyone." "Yes," Kim Woo agreed. "Which means we can choose what kind of galaxy we live in." He activated the chamber's display screens. Instead of showing weapons or warships, the screens showed images of cooperation. Human doctors treating alien diseases. Human engineers helping to rebuild worlds damaged by war. Human teachers sharing knowledge with young aliens. "This is the galaxy we choose to build," Kim Woo said. "One where the strong protect the weak instead of exploiting them." On the mining world where Colonel Park Soo had revealed his hidden fortress, aliens and humans now worked together. The Vorthak miners, who had once been forced to work in dangerous conditions, now operated advanced human equipment that kept them safe. "You do not have to be afraid of us," Park Soo told the alien workers. "We are all just people trying to make a living." A young Vorthak miner named Kex looked up at the human colonel. "But you could force us to work for nothing. You have the power." "Park." Soo shook his head. "Having power means choosing how to use it. We choose to use it to make everyone's life better." The changes spread across the galaxy. Species that had spent centuries fighting each other began to cooperate. Pirates found their ships disabled by invisible human vessels, then offered jobs instead of prison. Slave traders discovered their operations shut down, their victims freed and protected. Prime Minister Yoon Hana addressed the galaxy from Earth. The blue world was still surrounded by thousands of human warships, but now they seemed less threatening and more protective. For 30 years, she said, we pretended to be weak because we hoped weakness would inspire compassion. Instead, it inspired cruelty. The camera showed images from across human space. Former battlefields where aliens and humans now built cities together. Trade routes that had once been controlled by pirates were now protected by human patrols. Today we show our strength because strength makes compassion possible, Yunhana continued. When the strong choose to be kind, everyone benefits. In the council chambers, Vrex of the Vorthok stood up slowly. Ambassador Kim Woo, what happens to races like mine? We have done terrible things to humanity. Kim Woo considered the question carefully. The chamber waited in silence for his answer. You will have the chance to do better, he said finally. The past cannot be changed, but the future can be built. A young Quilax representative, speaking for her reformed people, asked the question. Everyone wanted to know, what if we refuse? What if some races choose not to cooperate? Kim Woo's smile was sad but firm. Then you will discover what happens when humans stop being polite. The message was clear. Cooperation was preferred, but not optional. Dr. Han Wu provided the details from his intelligence center. Human monitoring stations now exist in every system. Any act of aggression, any return to the old ways of casual cruelty will be met with immediate response. He showed images of human ships no longer hiding, patrolling trade routes, and protecting settlements. But for those who choose cooperation, humanity offers partnership, our technology, our protection, our friendship. The choice was simple. Work with humanity or face humanity. Back on Kepler 442b, Choi Min finished his day's work as the twin suns set. The same Vorthok soldiers who had once terrorized him now helped him carry water to his fields. They had learned that cooperation worked better than conquest. His wife Hannah joined him as they watched the alien sunset. Do you think it will last? She asked. Min looked up at the stars where human ships now patrolled openly. Ships that had hidden for 30 years while gathering intelligence and building strength. It will last as long as we remember the lesson. He said, what lesson is that? Min smiled as he watched Vorthok and human children playing together near his farm. That true strength is not about what you can destroy. It is about what you choose to build. The galaxy had learned that humans were not the weak prey they had seemed to be. Humanity had revealed technology beyond imagination, weapons that defied physics and strategic patience that spanned decades, but most importantly, the galaxy had learned that humans were strong enough to choose mercy. Ambassador Kim Woo closed the council session with final words that would be remembered across the stars. To all species in the galaxy, humanity extends this offer. Join us in building something better. Help us create a civilization based on cooperation instead of conquest. Work with us to make the galaxy safe for everyone. He paused, and his next words carried the weight of 50,000 warships. This offer is made once. Choose wisely. The galaxy chose cooperation. Because when humans stopped pretending to be polite, everyone learned that true politeness came from strength, not weakness, and the strongest humans were the ones who chose to be kind.